people living in the colonies come from? I saw your hand first, Ruby.
The majority of the people living in the colonies came from England.
England or Great
Britain.
Yeah, England or Great Britain. A big round of applause. Right, and Jimmy.
These people were looking for religious freedom.
They were 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, team leaders, you can have a seat. If you are the person they chose, the puzzle person, please come stand next to me, shoulder to shoulder, facing this way, together. Because in just a second, I'm going to have you turn around and face the flags. I'm going to scramble these up, and it's going to be your job to put them back together again in the right order. That's right, we're going to play a game called.
And I'm an expert on Parliament. Parliament is the supreme governing body in England with the power to raise taxes and adopt laws.
A big round of applause for the glory. Go. See. Oh, glory! A big round of applause. 50 points goes to
On proclamation. A proclamation is an official document of paper that declares or announces something so that other people know. This proclamation of 1763 declared or announced. Proclamation stated that the colonists could no longer move west into Indian territory.
That's right. A big round of applause.
Hello, my name is Jimmy. I'm the expert on customs or tariffs. Customs or tariffs are special taxes placed on items that are taken into or out of a country.
My name is Lily and I'm an expert on the Stamp Act. The Stamp Act was a decision by the British Parliament in order to tax the American colonies on legal papers, newspapers, and other documents such as books and pamphlets. It was overturned a year later.
Go for Lord! Oh, that's all right. That's all right. It's still a lollipop, even if it has nothing dipped in gold, my friend. Very important. Yes?
Hi, my name is Matthew Wheels, and I am an expert on the Sons of Liberty. The Sons of Liberty were a secret group of colonial men who took action against the unfair acts of Parliament. They helped fight the British Stamp Act and got it overturned.
Oh.
Hello, my name is Ella, and I'm an expert on the Declaratory Act. The Declaratory Act declared that the British Parliament had complete control over the American colonies. The colonies had to obey all laws imposed by the British no matter what.
Hello, my name is Ivan and I am an expert on the Townshend Act. The Townshend Act was an act placed on the colonists shortly after the Stamp Act was overturned. These laws stated that the British had the right to tax the colonies.
Does this sound good to you?
Yeah!
All right, everyone, let's put this to a vote. Would everyone who thinks the Recess Act should be a law say aye?
Aye!
And now everyone who thinks it should not be a law say nay.
Nay!
Now, members of Parliament. Congratulations, everyone. All right, welcome, new members of Parliament. We're going to put this to one more vote. Would everyone who thinks the Recess Act should be a law say aye?
Aye!
And now everyone who thinks it should not be a law say nay.
Nay!
Oh my goodness, I can hear you now. You are members of Parliament. You're votes count. So would you stand up, turn around, and face the redcoats? And one more time, would you please say no taxation?
No taxation
without
representation.
Oh my goodness, a big round of applause.
Hello, my name is Crispus Attucks. I'm one of the first patriots killed in the early fight for independence. I'm a former slave who worked at the docks in Boston. On March 5th, 1770, when the British soldiers were mistreating the colonists, I led a rowdy march against them. When somebody in the crowd yelled fire, I was shot and killed by the British. This event became known as the Boston Massacre. After my death, patriots reminded each other about my brave sacrifice.
Miss?
Hi, my name is Noah and I'm an expert on the Gatsby. The Gatsby was a British ship that was used to chase colonial smugglers. In June of 1772, the ship crashed off the shore of Rhode Island, and the colonists who lived there set it on fire.
Oh, big round of applause for our Sam Adams as he rushes over there to that British ship, grabs some. Oh, he has a ship, and he has boxes of tea. Oh, you have 2 boxes of tea, and well, the boat's sunk now. Well, no, it's up. Oh, way to go. There we go. Oh, no, you have a system. Oh, well, yeah, perfect. I think it's all right. We can tell. We can see what you're going for. Take us away. Can I? Well, I can. I'll put it on the boat. There we go.
Hello, my name is Simon Arnold. Protest taxes imposed by the British Parliament. I organized the Boston Tea Party as a delegate from the colony of Massachusetts. I also wrote many articles in the Boston newspaper stirring the emotions of the Americans on the idea of freedom from Great Britain. After the war, I became the governor of Massachusetts.
Go. Why don't we actually use these? Yes. There we go. Oh! And there's definitely Harvard. A big round of applause for our next expert and His Majesty, King George III. Do not be waiting. Just 1 second. We will begin with Your Majesty.
Hello, my name is King George III. I'm the leader of the British Empire. I feel that the colonies that England has set up are under my control. The Americans dare to demand such freedoms, but I will not hear of it. My advisors will pass laws in Parliament to tax the colonies. If the rebels continue to cause problems, I will send my troops to America and stop the revolution.
A big round of applause.
The coercive acts were used by the British to try and restore order in Massachusetts after the Boston Tea Party. The colonists called them the Intolerable Acts.
Hello, my name is Ruby and I'm an expert on the Quartering Act. The Quartering Act of 1774 was one of the coercive acts. It applied to all the colonies and stated that British troops could live and eat in colonial homes without the owner's permission.
Oh, glory!
A big round of applause. Fastest 50 points goes to
Glory!
I'm Phyllis Wheatley. I was one of America's first poets and the first African American to publish a book. As a young girl, I was kidnapped and brought to live in the colonies as a slave. The Wheatley family treated me as their own daughter and gave me a good education. I wrote poems about my Christian faith, famous people, and the fight for independence. I even wrote a poem about George Washington. He enjoyed it so much I was invited to read it to him. I gained my personal freedom and was a strong supporter of freedom for the colonies.
I'll take that. You hold this. We'll go together. Take us away.
Hello, my name is Patrick Henry. If we wish to be free, we must fight. I repeat, so we must fight.
We blew right past the pause there. Can you say, if we wish to be free, we must fight?
If we wish to be free, we must fight.
What?
I repeat, so we must fight.
What?
An appeal to arms to the God opposes all that is left to us.
That's treason!
If this be treason,
If this be treason, make the most of it.
But that's treason!
Shall we resort to entreaty and humble supplication?
No!
Is life so dear, peace so sweet as to be purchased at the price of chains of slavery?
No!
I know not what course others may take, but as for me, give me liberty or give me death.
I'm an expert on Tories or Loyalists. Tories or Loyalists were a group of people living in America who felt it was wrong to go against the instructions of the King of England.
I'm an expert on the Continental Congress. The Continental Congress is made up of delegates from each colony. These men assembled to solve problems caused by British.
Right, Catherine. All right, I'm going to stand over here. Now, just right in front of your chairs, you can start to march. Like very intimidating. That is an interesting face, Lily. Yes, very frightening indeed. Now, you are the most powerful military in the whole world, and you are marching towards farmers and businessmen. I know, not very safe, not very fair. You can have a seat right there, Redcoats. Fortunately,
I'm an expert on the militia and Minutemen.
A militia is a group of regular citizens who serve as soldiers in times of emergency. The Minutemen were a group of skilled fighters among the militia who agreed to fight for the independence of America and would be ready to do battle in only a minute's notice.
Hello, my name is Paul Revere, and I'm famous for riding a horse to warn the Minutemen. I, along with William Dawes and Samuel Prescott, spread the alarm that the British regular army was coming. The colonists armed themselves against the British regular army and fought in the battles at Lexington and Concord. I was stopped by the British a few miles beyond Lexington and never made it to Concord.
Everybody say, poor horsey. Of New Bedford. Never. This is the flag that would have flown over the battlefields of Lexington.
Massacre 5 years earlier, the battles of Lexington and Concord were the first battles of the American Revolution. The battles happened on April 19, 1775. The British were planning on arresting John Adams and Samuel Adams and John Hancock in Lexington.
1, 2, 3, 4.
But Paul Revere rode his horse to warn the town that the regular British army was marching into the area.
The regulars are out! The regulars are out! The regulars are out! The regulars are out!
The Americans stood in flat field to defend themselves.
Wait, do not fire unless fired upon.
No one knows who fired the first shot.
Bang! Oh, I can hit!
Minutemen, retreat!
8 Americans were killed and 10 others were wounded. The British continued to march into Concord to destroy weapons and ammunition they believed were stored in the area.
1, 2, 3, 4.
When the British arrived in Concord, another battle happened.
Bang! Oh, I've been hit!
The Americans were defeating the British regulars. The British had to retreat about 16 miles back to Charlestown. By the time they reached Charlestown, 73 British soldiers were killed, 174 wounded, and 26 others were missing. The Battle of Concord later became known as the shot heard round the world.
A big round of applause for the White.
Hello, my name is George Washington. I am known for many things: farmer, soldier, and commander-in-chief of the Continental Army. I have come from a good family and worked all my life. I fought many battles alongside my troops and even helped to finance the Continental Army and Navy. After the war, I will become the first elected president of the United States of America. First in battle, first in peace, and first in the hearts of my countrymen.
Hi, my name is Braden, and I'm an expert on the Declaration of Independence. The Declaration of Independence was a document written by the delegates of the Second Continental Congress. This explained to the British why they wanted to be a free and independent country.
Hello, my name is John Hancock. I'm a delegate from Massachusetts who served as the president of the Continental Congress from 1775 to 1777. I signed my name very large on the Declaration of Independence. Some say so that King George III didn't need his glasses to see by name. The British considered Samuel Adams and me to be the most dangerous American revolutionaries.
Oh, and there you are signing your name in enormously large letters. Yes, continue.
John Hancock.
A big round.
Hello, my name is Thomas Jefferson. I am the main writer of the Declaration of Independence as well as our third president. I was a shy law student when the idea of becoming independent, when the idea of independence was being considered.
I was a farmer.
I was a farmer, an inventor, and the creator of the American coin system. I started the Library of Congress, the University of Virginia, and the Democratic Party. As president, I authorized the Louisiana Purchase, which doubled the size of the country.
Oh, and there we have a coin with your face on it.
Hello, my name is Benjamin Franklin. I am one of the most famous Americans during the Revolution. I'm an inventor, patriot, ambassador, and even the first postmaster general. I am also the oldest signer of the Declaration of Independence. During the war, I go to France many times to ask for the assistance of French troops, ships, and money to help defeat the British.
Hello, my name is Sean Adams. I played a leading role in the adoption of the Declaration of Independence.
My wife, Abigail, and I were outspoken on the separation from Great Britain. I was the first vice president of our new country and was elected the second president of the United States in 1797. I died July 4th, 1826 at the age of 90. Thomas Jefferson died that same day.
Lucas, are you okay? A big round of applause. You may begin.
Gentlemen, as the president of the Second Continental Congress, I say we need to let King George III know how we feel. Yeah! We have discussed many of the things that the king has done to upset us, such as the Quartering Act, the Proclamation of 1763, and taxation without representation.
No taxation without representation!
I have asked Thomas Jefferson to head a committee to write a document explaining that we want to be a free and independent country.
Here's how I started the new document. When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation.
It continues with the declaration of our rights as free men. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by the Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Happiness! That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and institute new government.
We have included examples of the evil thing that King George has done to us. He has sent armies over to America even though there is peace. He has taken our laws away from us and our rights to live the way we want. He has refused to let other people from other lands come to America and has sent his own new officials to watch over us. He has told the Indians to riot, attack, and kill Americans. He even protects his soldiers when they are guilty of crimes such as murder.
Remember Christmas, Adults!
After listening to our complaints, we have given our statement of independence. We, the representatives of the United States of America and General Congress, assembled appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world for the rectitude of our attention due in the name and by authority of good people of these colonies, solemnly publish and declare that these United Colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states.
Liberty! And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other's lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honors.
Hello, my name is Mary Draper. I wanted to help the colonists in the revolution, but I had very few skills in fighting, so I decided to melt down some of my family heirlooms. They were pewter items, so they made wonderful bullets for the colonists. I know my things are important to me, but so are the freedoms for which we are fighting.
Hello, my name is Nathan Hale. I was born in Connecticut. I was athletic, intelligent, religious, and kind. I graduated from Yale at the age of 18. As captain in the Continental Army, I volunteered to go behind enemy lines as a school teacher to spy on the British. I was captured on September 22nd, 1776. At 21 years old, I was executed. Courageous to the end, I said. I only regret that I have but one life to lose for my country.
Oh my goodness, here comes the Redcoats to take Nathan Hale away. King George, I didn't know King George did that himself. Very interesting. That is a little known fact. A big round, one more big round.
Hello, my name is Lydia Rupp. British troops are having a meeting in my home when I overheard the plans of an attack on the next day of Weymouth, Pennsylvania. The next day, I will pretend to go get flour, cross the British lines, and warn the American troops of the surprise attack. The next day, the American troops will be ready for the surprise attack and defeat the Redcoats in battle.
My name is Nancy Morgan Hart. I fought battles of the Revolution in my own home. 5 Tories came to my house demanding a bit. I tricked them by giving them drinks, and I started taking their recipes. When they discovered my plan, I held them at gunpoint. I then sent my daughter to go get help to take away my
When most of the American and British troops stopped fighting for the winter, General Washington took advantage of the break to do a surprise attack. On Christmas night, 1776, Washington and the American soldiers rode across the Delaware River.
You've come to face the German Hessians. Be brave men. Onward for freedom.
For freedom! Once they were across, they marched on Detroit and attacked the German Hessians.
Wake up! You're surrounded!
The American army captured over 900 enemy soldiers. The Battle of Trenton was one of the first major American victories. Cut. The next winter, General Washington and his troops waited at Valley Forge for the winter to end. The American soldiers did not have enough food or shoes for the cold. Many of the soldiers had to wrap their feet with rods because of the freezing weather. General Washington had to do many things to keep his troops inspired to fight.
These are times that try men's souls.
Valley Forge was not a battle, but it was a very important part of the Revolution. Because of courage and leadership of General Washington, the troops made it through the difficult winter.
Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray!
A big round of applause for the big.
Hello, my name is Thomas Paine. I am an American who wrote a pamphlet called Common Sense, which talked of freedom from Britain. I also wrote The American Crisis, in which General Washington read to his troops to encourage them in their fight for independence. These are the times that try men's souls. The summer soldier and the sunshine patriot will, in this crisis, shrink from the service of their country. Tyranny, like hell, is not easily conquered.
Hello, I'm Martha Washington. Before I married my husband, George Washington, I had never gone outside the colony of Virginia.
You're right. Instead
of staying home during the war, I followed my husband into the battlefield and spent the cold winters at Valley Forge in Morristown. While there, I organized the women of the camp to help sew shirts, knit socks, and mend clothes. My presence lifted the spirits of my husband and the soldiers.
Hello, my name is Abigail Adams. I'm the wife of John Adams, our second president, and the mother of John Quincy Adams, our sixth president. I strongly supported education for women, even though I had no formal schooling. I worked hard to become a strong reader and writer. During the war, I managed our farm, taught our children, and expressed my political views and letters written to my husband.
Oh, and there she is hand delivering a letter to her husband.
My name is Mercy Otis Warren. I am a famous female author. In my letters, I advised many of our founding fathers, including George Washington and John Adams, and was good friends with both their wives. My books had a great influence on bringing awareness to women's issues and furthering America's cause. Drawing on my personal experience and notes, I wrote the first history of the American Revolutionary War, published in 1805.
Bonjour, my name is Marquis de Lafayette. I am a Frenchman who heard about the American fight for independence. I wanted to help, so I joined the colonists in the fight for freedom. General Washington was very pleased to have my help. I was wounded in the Battle of Brandywine and went back to France as a hero. There I helped convince the King of France to join the fight and help the Americans. I also spent much of my own fortune to help the American army.
Oh, there is handing off money.
Hello, my name is Benedict Arnold. I'm infamous for being one of the worst traitors in American history. I'm angry at General Washington and Congress because I was not promoted and did not receive the full amount of money and did not receive the money I felt I deserved. With help from Major Andre, a British officer, I sold secrets about the American troops and movements to the British for £20,000. I flee America and escaped to England, where I never received the full amount of money I was promised.
Everyone say, too bad.
Too bad.
So sad.
So sad.
Oh my goodness, and there he is selling secrets to the king of the glory. Jump. That is 50 points. 50 points goes to... All right, let's quickly...
Hello, my name is Betsy Ross. I am known for sewing the first official American flag. My grandson And with a single snip of my scissors, I produced a symmetrical 5-pointed star. The Congress adopted the flag on June 14, 1777, and that day is now known as Flag Day.
My name is John Paul Jones. I'm one of America's first great naval officers. My flagship, Bonner Richard, attacked a British fleet in September 1779. When my ship began to sink and the British demanded my surrender, I shouted, "I have not yet begun to fight." We went on to capture the British ship and win the battle. I later became one of the founders of the U.S. Navy. I have not yet begun to fight.
Hello, my name is Mary Louise Grace. I want to go with my husband to battle during this hot June day. To top the soldiers, I will haul water to the brother men. The men will call me Molly Pitcher. I wonder if this name will stick with me for the rest of my life. When my husband gets wounded, I will take his place behind his cannon and fire round and round at the British.
Oh, and there you are giving water to the British. Interesting. All right, you want to give some water to the Americans? They threw that back at you. Why don't you give some water to the Americans? They'll probably say thank you. There we go. Let's see if Shay says thank you. Oh, a true American. A big round of applause. Maybe a losing battle. There we go. We can lay there.
Hello, my name is Deborah Sampson. As a young woman, I would dress myself up as a soldier named Robert to fight in the Continental Army. I was wounded twice, yet nobody found out I was a woman. When a doctor discovered my secret, I was released honorably from the military. After the war, with help from Paul Revere, Congress granted me with retirement money for my service. Later, I became a teacher and enjoyed retelling my experience as being a soldier.
Oh, and there you are limping to show how badly you were wounded.
Bonjour, my name is General Rochambeau. I'm the French military leader who assisted the Americans in defeating the British leader, General Lord Charles Cornwallis. With the assistance of Washington's 8,845 men and my 7,800 troops, we surrounded the British and forced them to surrender.
Hello, my name is General Charles Cornwallis. I am the last leader of the British troops during the American Revolutionary War. I was direct the fighting in the southern colonies and defeat many colonial forces and march north. My troops and I will become surrounded in Yorktown, Virginia, and after many days of fighting, I will surrender. This loss will win the war for the Americans. I surrender.
The American Revolutionary War had been going on for more than 6 years. The British were tired of fighting the Americans, as well as other people around the world. Their army and navy was split up and fighting in many places. The leader of the British troops, General Charles Cornwallis, felt that he could win the war quickly.
Attention!
He invaded from the southern colonies and began to march his troops north. At the same time, the French navy attacked the British ships and defeated them.
Forward.
The Americans, along with General Rochambeau and the French troops, attacked Cornwallis and his men in Yorktown, Virginia.
Attack! Bang! Bang!
After days of fighting, they surrounded the British and forced them to surrender. Cornwallis was so ashamed of losing the war that he sent his second-in-command, Brigadier General Charles O'Hara, to surrender. General O'Hara tried to give the sword to General Rochambeau, who refused to accept it.
No, I will not take the sword.
General Washington also refused to take it.
No, I will not take the sword.
Washington had Brigadier General Benjamin Lincoln, his second-in-command, accept the sword.
I'll take the sword to surrender.
Then the war was over.
United States of America!